If there's one word I've always hated, it's the word deserve. Whenever I see someone less fortunate than me, I say, there but for the grace of God, go I. I could have been that nigga. And whenever I see someone more fortunate than me, I say, there, because of the grace of God, go I. 'Cause I'd like to try that. Thank you, God. Thank you for letting me get to be what I got to be.
We did it. 100K is here. Didn't think it would happen, but oh my God, we knew it was gonna happen. I just had to keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? But I am still grateful that we made it here. Not everyone has a chance to make it this far, and I'm eternally grateful for all of you that have shown your support and allowed me to flourish on this platform. It's only up from here. I'm gonna just keep doing my thing, and I'm gonna pray that y'all keep watching, you know what I'm saying? But before I get into any updates or anything, we have a Q&A to get into. I asked my YouTube community, yo, I'm doing a Q&A, ask me any questions, what do y'all want to ask? And I'll get to it, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna get to it. Damn, 138, I can't get to all of these. First up, we got @PQuill. Do you regret building an audience around music-oriented content that you might not want to do as much anymore? Example, troll beats, etc. I mean, I do more than just that. When was the last time you even seen me post that type of stuff? Besides, I enjoy doing the contest videos, I enjoy doing like cook-up vids, but I don't primarily just make that type of content either. You know, I got to try not to laugh stuff, viewer interactive stuff to, you know, include people outside of music into, you know, what I do on a stream basis. But I mean, there's no regrets in it in the long run. It helped, you know, build the foundation of what the channel is now. And, you know, I still look back on some of those vids fondly because the ones that have made it into the videos are still funny. There's no taking that away, but it was like a huge toll trying to sit through so many of those beats and for it to not quickly put me into ear fatigue, you know what I'm saying? That's the only downside to that whole thing. Otherwise, I would have kept doing it. Oh, and you know, I didn't want to be known as the fucking trash troll beats guy or whatever, but I think I've established myself as more than that now, so. Oh, that was from @JeffreyBaker8296. Would you ever go on tour with Kevin and Tables and the rest of the crew? That's a good ass question. I would love to do that, but we would have to find some way to set that up. Or if, you know, any people watching interested in helping, you know, a couple of talented black individuals out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got my email. @ElComoPB8RG. Did the feds catch you pirating FL Studios yet? I don't pirate FL Studio. When I was, I think, 15 or 16, I asked my mother to buy me FL Studio for Christmas, and I ended up getting the producer edition. And safe to say, I definitely made that return on investment back for her. No, I don't pirate my FL. Why would you even ask that? @SCF721. 3 questions. Damn, you could have just asked one. Let's see. What do you use to keep yourself motivated, be it work or a specific project or just in general? Honestly, family and friends, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I got to keep myself afloat, but you know, I try to look out for my peoples when I can. A lot of this is just bigger than me when it comes to content, music, and all that. I do try to look out for people. If someone wanted to get into production, what advice would you give? Just have fun. Just have fun with it, literally. The whole point of me pushing that type of thing, that's what it should be first and foremost. If you genuinely enjoy or want to get into creating, make sure it's from a place of interest and like happiness, not a get rich quick scheme, because people will see through that facade instantly if there's no soul in it, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of videos on YouTube that can teach you how to use the program, whatever program it be, whether it be FL, Ableton, Logic, whatever you're planning on using, but tutorials can only do so much for you. You have to get in there and experiment yourself, and I would say just watch other, you know, musicians create and see what their process is, because you'll definitely learn a lot more, you know, after you learn how to use your DAW, digital audio workstation, than you would trying to watch a tutorial on how to do this specific melody, or whatever. Just watch the people themselves create. Kind of random one, but what is your favorite trash/troll beat? Honestly, a lot of that stuff is a blur to me, but Cole has had the most standouts amongst all of them. Like, let's be real. My headphones broke, come on. What advice do you have for artists who are trying to grow an audience independently? TikTok, like no joke, like you could literally, as long as the music is good, just spam. You don't even have to spam TikTok. Posting consistently on TikTok will definitely help you get your shit up. I've seen it happen to so many artists, is actually kind of ridiculous. That was from @SpicyLad2037. From @RainBanana. Okay. What's your favorite rhythm game? I'm gonna give you 3 tiers. Easy. Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven, I love his aesthetic. I love the songs from there. Chef's Kiss. Medium, old rhythm game called Amplitude, right? It's got Run DMC, Pink. I got introduced to rap rock through Kwarashi, I think that's the name. It was what Harmonix was working on before they were given the opportunity to work on the Guitar Hero franchise. I don't know if you know the history of Guitar Hero, but the reason Rock Band exists is because Harmonix was bought by, I believe it was MTV, and they broke off to make Rock Band. I was hip to, you know, what they was putting out before they did Guitar Hero and Rock Band, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can say I'm an early pioneer. Mainly because my brother. In the like a harder tier, like more complex rhythm game, probably DJ Max. I used to play it on the PSP. You can use the internet browser on your PSP and download like demos from other countries, not just because the PSP was not region locked. You could download demos from anywhere, and I tried it out there. And then, you know, I've been playing the recent what is it, Respect 5 or Respect V, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I gave you 3 rhythm games. At Facial Shorts asked, is there any type of series on your channel that you would want to go back to? If so, which one? And also asked, if you could, would you ever do different genre of music like D&B, rock, etc.? To answer the first question, definitely the I beat this game so I sampled it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I've shown it on stream, but my FL is reflective of what the next one was supposed to be, but I never got to it. But fuck it, I'll work on it soon. It's definitely not something on the shelf at all. Like, if you pay close attention to what's on my shelf, you could probably guess as what it might be. I definitely want to go back to that series. Maybe bring back show and tell. And to answer your second question, I have other genres of music. I do it all the time. As a matter of fact, I have it's not full of that, but I have a project out called Oddwin's Hard Drive. And it's just like a bunch of beats that I never like sold or just got off my hard drive. On Hard Drive Volume 1, there's a track called New Lap. It's some DMB shit. I've done rock shit before. Me and my friend, her name is Sim Flower. I've produced a couple of rock joints for her, rock adjacent at least. I have like a bunch of D&B tracks tucked away, even compositions. I do stuff outside of hip hop. I just don't release them for really no reason at all. But some of the stuff does exist outside of my hard drive. At Cordelius9821, how did you learn to speak so honestly? Was this always the case? If not, what made you decide to change? My folks always told me to like speak my mind, you know what I'm saying? Don't let anyone shake who you are. If you know who you are, you know what will and won't bother you. Or like when you've seen enough bullshit in your life or seen so many people go through so many things in your life, you know how to call someone's bullshit or just speak from the heart or just be blunt. Cause I be telling people, I'm not trying to be mean if they think I'm mean. It's just me being honest, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people need honesty in their lives to be on the right track, because if anybody were surrounded by a bunch of yes men or just never learned what it's like to, you know, have criticism, mostly, you know, constructive stuff like that is important, is what I'm saying. And I try to, you know, apply what I've went through, you know, in my journey through the industry of both, you know, content and music. So that's usually how I go about it. What's a song / EP that you made that you're the most proud of? I produced a tape from my homie Jaywalk called Tartarus. And I did, you know, I produced the whole thing, had everything transitioned into each other. And I enjoy making stuff like that. That's probably my favorite thing I've produced, favorite song I've made. I make so much music that I can't pinpoint what would be my favorite song. Favorite video I've made, it would have to be one of the contest vids. They're always so funny each time I do them. People do question my sanity a lot when I have to sit through like 300 to 600 entries per contest, but it's like, it's for the sake of content, you know what I'm saying? And we always grab the best in each vid, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with it. Monk Rules, I think that's your name. Congrats on the 100K. Next top 500K, we will be there for sure. What is the one place outside the US that you want to travel to? There's 4 places: Japan, Italy, London, and honestly the islands. I'm gonna be real. What's the buzz? Beat you're most proud of that's been released. Okay, so I know I said the tape, but if we're looking at a specific beat, it's a song called Home by Toro. And it's honestly an interesting beat because I've been wanting to get into like that pop sound for a while. And I think that was the one where I kind of like really hit the nail on the head, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of my favorite beats. Like singular. What made you decide to start making full-time YouTube content instead of just being a music producer? Said Musty You. What a name. Dealing with some of the things I had to deal with in the music industry, I kind of veered off from it. I'll still produce for people that, you know, hit me up or want stuff, but like I didn't want that to be my entire life, if that makes sense. So I veered into YouTube content to kind of be in my own lane and kind of just do things my way rather than constantly having to like do the producer grind. Some of my producer friends could tell you like straight up, like the producer grind is like intense. As much as I love music, I like to take my time and just go at my own pace when it comes to music. So I got into the YouTube stuff because I wanted something else fun to do that isn't music related, because I would also think I would go crazy if I did music all the fucking time. I treat music like it's sacred to me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very selective on how I go about, you know, doing music. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe that. At Extrinner, other than hip hop / rap, what are other genres of music do you like? I'll listen to anything, honestly, as long as it's not, I used to say country or metal, but like there's a few country songs and even a few metal songs that go crazy. I throw in a little bit of like jazz. Like lately I've been listening to He Don't Me Wanted, a song called People Posture Play Pretend by Jamie Page. I listen to Nightmare by Knower. I have a playlist full of this stuff. I'll even listen to some OST music just to get a different feel. Like I'll be listening to Persona shit every now and then, you know, Japanese rock, Japanese pop. You know, as a musician, it helps to just kind of like diversify your palette to be able to reach into bags you didn't think you could reach into before. Huge's Boot Cheeks, that's his name, asked, what's a pet peeve of yours in music production? Examples: a certain type of instrumental sound effect you hate, or a type of technique and audio stuff that you hate hearing. I don't necessarily have a pet peeve. Honestly, if some shit is ass, I'll let you know if it's ass, but for the most part, there's not really like a definitive thing, because everyone has their own style. CEO of Garlic Bread, what a name. If you could get any rapper / singer to feature on a song, who would it be? I need a song with Zach Fox. Desperately. That nigga has unironically started becoming one of my favorite rappers. I got a picture, bruh. I actually got a picture with him at the airport when I was leaving DreamCon. That nigga was at DreamCon apparently. I only went to DreamCon one day because of I was too stressed on like hosting the party that I was gonna have, but that's besides the point. If it's a rapper, Zach Fox. If it's a singer, probably SZA. When making music, what artists do you specifically take inspiration from in terms of like experimenting with your voice and keeping things interesting? Probably Kendrick. I can never rap as good as Kendrick, but I do like when he does the different voice inflections and he tries to like, it's shit like that that caused fucking cash crabs to even exist in the first place. I'm gonna be real with you. In terms of production, early on, like melodically, probably like Pierre Bourne and Cardo Got Wings. Man, Cardo might just be my favorite producer. That nigga's like diversity and his output in the industry is pretty fucking impressive. Whenever I talk about like certain beats having the right type of bounce to them, I'm always referencing Cardo. So Red Storm Rot, do you have any pets? If not, did you have any? So sorry Sagey, I didn't mean to wake you up. She's been here this whole time. This is Sage. This was my cousin's dog, but she just had her second child, 2 children and 2 dogs. This was the second dog. She unfortunately had to give her up, but I said I'll take care of her, and she's been a sweetheart ever since. Look at that. Before that, I would always talk about my other pet, Gus, that currently belongs to my grandma now. It was originally my brother's pet. We ended up taking him in because my brother was a coach at the time, and he just couldn't give the time he wanted to take care of him. When I decided to move out, I decided to leave Gus with my grandma, because I was gonna fight to bring Gus with me, but my grandma loves that dog. What is your dream house? Skylight Awakens asked. I don't even want like a crazy house. A mansion would be cool, but like just give me a house where I can have my own bedroom and a place to like do my content and music. Probably 2 separate rooms for that. I'd be straight, honestly. Frame Station here at One Lusted. What's the wildest thing from IRL that you've been to? One of the wildest things, like during the height of Cash Crabs, I performed at the Big Bubble Rave. It was a SpongeBob themed rave. It was crazy seeing how many people were willing to come out to a SpongeBob rave, but it was fire. Will you ever do a sleep stream? I feel like it would be funny as shit and great content. The Bronze Genji 2005 asked, probably for a 24-hour or like subathon streams. I do want to do those in the future, but I just don't have the time right now. Doobie_activate. When is your next sample contest? Also, shout out the freaking editor. I think it's Swave, right? I don't know. Bro, we have multiple editors on the channel. I don't know when the next contest is. I have a couple of ideas for contests, but in terms of sample contests, that's probably the most daunting one, because people are going to do the same shit when it comes to the sample more consistently than they would a remix contest for like acapellas or a rap contest. So I would really have to like find a new way to shake things up with that. At exactly.ash. How did the Cash Crab stuff start? Was it just a random thing? Quite literally, yes. It was just a random like night where I just couldn't make any music and I made a joke song. And well, it got me out that slump pretty quickly. Here's another one about cash crabs. Y'all love cash crabs. Chilling with ducks 5499. Memes aside, has cash crabs been a net positive alter ego for your music career? And would you want to, not really would or should you, but want to do more as Cash Crabs? Cash Crabs was never a fucking alter ego. Like I said, it was just a joke song and people ran it up and I'm appreciative of that, but people act like it's different now that I'm at 100K and this channel has surpassed the Cash Crabs Records channel and all that shit. But people really like sat there and acted like I wouldn't be shit without Cash Crabs when I was already doing this and I'd already blew up off of other memes before this and I'd already been working in the industry before this. And a lot of that coupled with the fact that a bunch of people were hitting me up like labels and shit trying to get a piece of the pie, I'm good off of that. Especially for something that wasn't even supposed to be serious in the first place. The only thing I allowed it to do was get me out of debt. And after I got out of debt, I had to put it to rest because it was no longer fun for me. Because that's the priority of it for me personally. Just making sure I'm having fun with it. And if I know I'm not having fun with it anymore, I'm not going to try to force it and then have the quality of the product suffer from how I feel about it personally. It's better for me to end things on a good note. At Vos Wants to Draw asks, were you always on board on making music / YouTube fully your career, fully for your career? I guess that's what you meant to say. Or were you considering something else? Were you studying for some other things maybe? Other questions. When did you start getting into music and what was the first thing you used to make it? I'll answer that second one first. I used my mother's MacBook 2011. As a matter of fact, I have the hard drive to it right over there on my desk that I'm gonna try to extract some stuff off of. Yeah, that shit is what I used to make beats off of when I first started. Shout out to my mom for allowing me to use her laptop every now and then to make those beats. I started getting into the music because as a kid, I would listen to like a bunch of hip hop, but I was also listening to a bunch of OST music, and I would be like, damn, how do they do that? Like that music in the background, like what do they do to do that? And then I stumbled across, it makes me so sad that I can't remember this YouTuber's name. He was a Pokemon tuber. His name was like J.Y. Pokemon something. I don't remember. I heard a remix of the Super Mario World Game Over theme by Ricey K in the background. I was like, you can make beats like that with video game music? The rest is history. And now I'm wanting to do OST music for companies soon. Some of y'all may not know that, but I make beats now. Was I always on board with doing it? Yeah. I wasn't on board with doing like YouTube per se. I was definitely on board with doing like music for sure, because I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't even have a summer job because I was already like selling beats, and I convinced like my folks, like my grandma and my mom, to make me get a summer job because I was making money off of those beats, and I was like, sure, whatever. And then my grandfather, rest in peace, got me a capture card. I don't know what it was for. It wasn't for Christmas or my birthday. I think he just got it randomly. But I was always talking about how I wanted to capture my own gameplay footage and all that. If he was here today, he'd be proud. I ain't gonna lie. I just thought about that. I don't have that capture card anymore. I gave it to one of my good friends who wanted to get into content as well, who is into content, have been streaming every once in a while. I've been streaming and gaming since then. So I would always talk about how like I actually would not know what I would be doing if I wasn't doing music or YouTube. I said probably esports, but that's still like kind of adjacent to an extent. R.A.L27. Do you have any interesting non-music related hobbies? Fashion, drawing, cooking, etc. Not per se outside of gaming. Like I always tell people I was a gamer before I was a musician. Like I have extensive knowledge of games, and games are what like part of what got me into making music in the first place. But outside of that, I don't really have any other hobbies besides Arnavratin. Will you ever get into the slowed down and chopped up culture like DJ Candlestick, etc.? Come on now, I'm from the South. We've been hip to that. I'm hip to the sped up culture too, like fucking DJ Frisco 954. I love like hearing music in different contexts. At the same time, it's kind of like scummy when I see like companies do it with single releases, like release 6 different versions of the song as a single, and it's like, bro, y'all overdoing it. But like when it's like low key or intentional, like an intentionally slowed down song or an intentionally sped up song, I can vibe with it. Greater Seraph asked, what would you like to see in troll beats? Specific characteristics, I mean, mashups, regular songs, but wrong somehow, absurd bars, baffling samples. I don't think I want to see that series at all again, outside of the All-Star shit, which I'm still planning, by the way, but niggas won't get off my dick about it. I'm not interested in doing any more of that anytime soon. I'm gonna be real with you. Too much of it has become samey, I would say. At Zlot, do you know what happened to Chop God Louie? How did you like the anime chopping era of SoundCloud? Would you go back to making music like that again? I never stopped chopping anime samples. That's embedded into the community I was in back in the day. Also, I don't know what happened to Louie. I'm gonna be real with you. Louis just kind of disappeared. We miss him, but I don't know where he's at. But yeah, shit like Van Cleef is very recent. Like I made that beat like 2 months before I sent it to him. At Cav2896. First of all, congrats on your 100K. Very happy for you. This might be a heavy loaded question, but as you become a bigger content creator, do you fear you might go out of touch with your audience? I'm gonna be real with you. Some of the people in my audience are batshit insane. I already feel like I'm out of touch with some of them. I'm not gonna give y'all anything that's like not true to who I am, because that's the main purpose of like how I output my content, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, if I put out some shit that y'all don't like, I'm gonna learn from it and, you know what I'm saying, not make that mistake again. But a lot of this I do for me, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. If you're in my Discord server, you'll definitely just see me pop up every now and then. It's not like I don't interact with my community one bit. Zug asks, which are your music videos that you have the most fun with making? Also, not so serious question, but is the Kingdom Hearts Let's Play going to resume? That's going to resume, I promise. Favorite music video would probably have to be like, in terms of like making the video, definitely Joke. In terms of how the video came out, probably Vans. Like my favorite video to watch, go back and watch. Jasmine Lopez 8454 asked, what should we expect from the channel in the future? Any new games planned or new types of interactive fan submission videos? New contests on the way, and it's gonna be in a way that's gonna help smaller artists not only getting their names out there, but getting shit published as well. Because I do plan on pushing out, not necessarily a label or anything of that sort, but definitely like some kind of brand that'll help push music that isn't mine out, and, you know, be able to be hands-on with certain artists and stuff. Because we're gonna have like a music curation contest where you submit your music. If that shit fire, it goes on the tape. I'm also doing another curation project where I'll produce all the beats, or me and I've talked about it with Cole. Me and Cole can produce all the beats for a tape and release those joints, and the best songs on each beat ends up on the tape. Something along the lines of that. We're just trying to figure out all the logistics and stuff, but that is some ideas we do have. In terms of like more fun stuff, I want to bring back the talent show. I ain't gonna lie. I never got to make a video out of that, and it makes me like genuinely sad I didn't do that. Games though, I am trying to figure out some shit for the gaming channel. I'm still gonna do those big Let's Plays that I promised. I just gotta get them recorded. One of the editors I'm working on with that, just gotta lock in. But I am gonna start trying to do like some of my own self-edited stuff, where it's like one shots or like shorter things, and, you know, see what people think of that, you know what I'm saying? GZY, no, LZY asked, out of all the video games you've played in your childhood, which ones is the most memorable to you? Definitely the ones on my shelf. Well, the light is blinding this, but this is the Kingdom Hearts vinyl. Kingdom Hearts was integral. Final Fantasy. Persona was later in my life, like 2016. I was still in high school though, but that's pretty integral. A lot of Crash games, a lot of Mario, Sonic, whole bunch of stuff. I was truly blessed looking back at like how much my folks gave me as a kid and what they sacrificed to allow that to happen for me. I was truly grateful to be able to experience all of those things and still be able to in my adult life. It's just a blessing. It's a lot of games, but those are some stickouts. GameCube and Wii, that was how I was introduced to Sonic. Have you ever tried Ableton, and why is it so much better than FL? Asked Crypto_7155. I don't think it's better than FL. They have their strengths and weaknesses. When you're trying to make a fucking beat, I don't think it's better than FL. The piano roll is superior in FL to any other DAW, but I do like the recording process and the stuff you can do live with Ableton. I think Ableton is better for that. They have their own strengths and weaknesses, but you can literally do whatever in each one if you try hard enough. It's really a matter of preference. One is literally not better than the other. What advice would you give to new YouTubers that wants to build their audience and grow? Asked Flack-P9M. I did a lot of TikTok for that as well and redirected people to my YouTube. But, you know, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, if you're into long form stuff, what I would suggest, taking bits and pieces and putting it on your short form stuff. That's what I did with like troll beats and stuff. I would have like one troll beat show up and then be like, yo, the whole video on my YouTube of these things, go check it out. Are you happy and fulfilled in your life right now? Ask CK Latoza. I would say I'm happy. I wouldn't say I'm fulfilled. I feel like there's a lot more I can do and I want to do. At Astro Cucumber 33 asked, do you regret being a music content creator / rather fully shift your content to something else? I mean, I'm not fully a music content creator. That's the thing. Like I said, we do a variety of things over here. Plus, I have other channels that I want to get into. Like the gaming channel, I feel like would be a lot bigger if I was way more consistent on it. I'm still proud of that 11K on that gaming channel, and I'm going to definitely put some more stuff on it. I don't have any type of regrets when it comes to anything content related, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that chose to put it out there, you know? All of it really helps out in the bigger like scheme of things that I want to do in my life as a whole. I would say, you know what I'm saying, I don't have any regrets, but I'm definitely just not a music content creator, especially with the way that I try to put out my content. A lot of people that don't even make music or are in that field watch what I do because I present it in a way that doesn't, you know, push people away, because I know how it is with certain music content creators. I try to make sure the video is always entertaining or like funny at the very least. Like with the contest vids, obviously I'm looking for the best rapper or best producer in those contests, but like if people are submitting funny shit, I'm gonna showcase it. It's all in good fun at the end of the day. I like for my stuff to be inclusive for everyone, not just the field that I'm already in when it comes to that certain type of stuff. Top 5 creators could be content, music, etc. I'll keep it strictly to content. I would say definitely Corey or Kenshin, Berleezy, RDC, AMP, and the person that actually taught me how to like get my content out there. If you really want some like content advice, Ludwig. Ludwig will give you the fucking blueprint. I literally followed his like, he's like, man, it's really easy to grow on TikTok. If you post like one or a couple of vids a day, every day for 30 days, as long as the content is good, you're just gonna get numbers on a brand new account. And so I made a brand new account, and let's just say it's kind of crazy where I'm at now. So yeah, there's my top 5. I know there were some groups included in that, but like just the whole black creator sphere. Oh, you know what? Let's make it 6. Maximilian Dude. I love his content. I wouldn't necessarily do anything he does in terms of like, well, that's not even true. If I'm gonna get into gaming content, I might make some fighting game stuff. In terms of like streamer personalities outside of the, you know, black creator sphere or whatever, my favorite would definitely be like Maximilian Dude. Genuine guy, is funny, and is just like good at fighting games and knows how to explain his point. Zemo but cold 5830. What are your hopes for the future regarding both music and content? I already explained something of that, but I do want to get into like working more in the studio and just obviously growing the content as well. That's always going to be another priority. I do want to at some point do a studio album. I think that would be like an important step for me. We'll Just Have Fun 3 happen soon. Yes, it will happen soon at Kirby Zaz, but I'm thinking of dropping a compilation tape. I know Just Have Fun is technically a compilation tape, but I'm thinking of dropping an actual compilation tape of all the throwaways I had from the past Just Have Funs and the current one, putting that out before I put out the next 2 projects that I'm working on production wise, and then Just Have Fun Volume 3, because I want to give y'all some music to tie y'all over, and I might do something like that pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. And last but not least, at Swave asks, when will you play Counter-Strike with me? Swave, you could have just texted me this and I would have told you no. Y'all asked a lot of good questions. I couldn't keep up, bro. Now on to channel updates. Sage, I gotta put you on the ground. Rap contest is dropping soon. I got some people working on that. The next I beat the game and I sampled it is just fucking Persona 4. We are gonna have a couple more if your music is trash, it's banned vids on the way, so be on the lookout for that as well. Gaming channel. I have the next guest for the Mario Party Gauntlet. Should have the next guest. We talked about it and he said he's down for it. He just gotta find a switch. Blue Rye, shout out Blue Rye. The Let's Plays are still happening, but like I said earlier, I'm gonna start trying to do some more one-shots and get back into editing stuff on my own, you know what I'm saying? The VOD channel. I'm changing it from Oddwin, and I'm gonna call it like either Odd Extras or Extra Odd. We're gonna see. But I just can't post every single VOD that I do up. I just don't have the time for that. But I know the rap contest VODs will be up on there soon. So, and you know, it gives me a chance to have somewhere to post vlogs and stuff instead of trying to like figure out, oh, should I put it on the gaming channel? Should I put it on the main channel? That's pretty much everything. I genuinely appreciate y'all for getting me to 100K, man. Like, it's really crazy that we here, you know what I'm saying? The plaque is up there. It's gonna be right here. Yeah, we got 100K, man. That's crazy. I genuinely appreciate y'all, and hope y'all have a blessed day. Next stop, 250K. The next stop, 500K. And the next stop, 1 mil. I need that plaque. I'll see y'all next time, man. Be on the lookout for new vids. I promise I'm working.